Hello everyone, this third video also covers the final nodes of the data section. The first node in this part is the Save Assets node. This node is used to save resources from websites, such as images, videos, or audio from various websites. There are two ways to choose resources to download, either by URL or selector. The simpler way is the selector, where I will still use the element helper as a tool to help me determine the selector of the resource for download. Suppose on Shopee, I want to download this product description video, for example. I still take the full X path of that video as usual, copy it, then paste, choose the selector and paste it in. Next is to name the file. Suppose here I name it vidshopee1. I will choose the output path, the folder where this video is stored. Let's say I choose download for example. I will close it and run a test for you to see. So, this node has finished running. I will go to the download section. Here, my video is vidshopee and it's displayed here. I will open it to see. The product description video on Shopee has been successfully downloaded to my machine. The second form of Save Assets is the URL, and this is also not complicated. As I mentioned in the Get Attribute part in the previous section, each video or image will have its own attribute. And the Genlogin element helper extension helps us determine the attribute of the image. Under this image, I will choose the element helper. I will click on the image. I choose the image. In the attribute part, it will have the src section, the source of the image, the link of this image. Now I will try to copy it and then I open this link to see if it is the link describing the image displayed on the screen. This is the link of this image and I can download it using the Save Assets node. I paste the URL here. Then name it. It's similar to the other side. I will name it Shopee image. And the output I still set as the download section. Now I will close it and run. After running, I will open the download part. I check. There is a product image. Open it. This is the image that I just attached the link to. The second way for you to use this node. And it will be very effective for those working with data-related mini-apps like Shopee or eBay, for example, so it helps you quickly download resources. Next, I will talk about the Spreadsheet node. This node will be very useful for you to read and write data in Excel files or Google Sheets. But for Google Sheets, our site has completed and will update immediately. Using Google Sheets is very convenient when you have to use 2 or more devices. Also, it can read and write more flexibly and also consumes less CPU on your machine than using Excel files. Here I have an Excel file about Logmail, which is an email account. I will use the read function to read this file. In the Spreadsheet node, there is an action read. I will attach that file and find the link of the Logmail file. Here is the Logmail file on the left side of the screen. I will choose here. Next, I will choose the range, that is the data range. Here it is from A1 to D11. I will type in here similarly as A1 to D11. It's the range that node will read data from. Sheet name here will be the name of the sheet. Since I only have one sheet here, sheet 1, so I don't need to fill it in, I can leave it blank. If you have more, you can fill in the sheet name here. Next, my first row is the keyword row, the key row. I will check this first row as keys box. Next, I will save it to a variable. The most common thing is to save it to a variable, so I will say save it to a variable. Next is the map spreadsheet data part. This is similar to the HTTP part 1 guided you in the previous part. I will use this map to read data in the Excel file most standardly. Here each line has an order number, email, password, name. It corresponds to an array displayed in this preview part. Each pair of braces will correspond to an array of data that this node can read. Now I will take any value in one of these arrays, suppose in this order number part, order number 1. Although it is order number 1, it will be the 0th element in programming. I will enter square brackets and number 0 here so it takes the group with order number 1. Next, if I only need to take the email data in this order number 1 group, then I will continue dotting to go inside and it will take email. I will type email using square brackets and quotation marks here, then close it. Now I will try to close this node and run a test to see what the result is. First, you still have to attach it to a variable. I attach the variable here as the email variable, then close it and run it. I will close this file so it can read it most accurately. After running, look at the log section below. It has finished running and it has read the email of the first group. The group with order number 1, which is the 0th element, its email is Emery88. It has been written to my email variable. Very simple, right? It's just like the HTTP part. Next, besides reading, you can also write more data to the table. Similarly, I will switch to this write button. File path I keep the same. Suppose here I will write in cell B12. I will set the position to write as B12. Sheet name I still leave blank. Leave the other parts. This input part can be fixed content, or it can be a variable. Suppose here I will write any email. You can add variables, or add content here as you wish. Now I will close it. I also close the file that needs to be written so that it can be written. Then run it. After running successfully, it will open. See it written in cell B12. And B12 has been written with the data I entered. If you attach a variable, it will also write your variable into the specified cell. The clear part is simple. It will just delete the content in the selected cell. For example, I choose cell B12, then it will also delete cell B12. Next, I will guide you through the insert data node in version 3.0. This node will have a function similar to write file or spreadsheet. However, you will be able to significantly streamline your script. Suppose here I have the insert data node. Instead of having to use 5 nodes to write to each column in the Excel file, I only need one single node, and data will be displayed in the output section after running the task. From there, I can export files in any format I want. Now I will guide you on how to set up this insert data node. First, I need to create a table to fill in the data. You press the table button next to the word save in the upper right corner. Then you will choose the columns for the table. Here I have 5 columns and I will set the output format to text. To add or remove columns, you can press the plus or minus signs on the right and then save again. The next step, I will attach variables corresponding to the columns by clicking directly on the Insert Data node. Suppose in this script I have named the variables as name, phone number, address, etc. I will attach it to the corresponding columns of the table I need to get data from, and after running, you choose the Runs section in the menu bar. Then choose the task that has run, then data will be displayed in the Output section for you to observe visually. In addition, you can also choose the Export button to export data to Excel files or CSV files or JSON files as you wish. Reaching version 3.0, Genlogin has added the OpenAI button to help you interact with AI models like GPT 3.5, 4.0, or DALL-E. First, to use this button, you need an API key from OpenAI to enter this line. The steps to get the API key will be on the screen for those who haven't grasped it yet. To pause the video and follow. After entering the API key, the next step you choose the output type is text or image, depending on your needs. When you choose text output, the models you can use are GPT 3.5 or GPT 4.0. For images, it will be DALL-E 3. The content part, you will enter commands to interact with AI. You can enter fixed content like the weather today. Or you can take data from a variable to fill in here and then edit the command. For image output, you will choose additional image size. And the output format is URL or base64. Next, link the output result to a variable or another. For text, you just need to enter the command and choose the output variable. Next, I will lead you to the case part node. This node will help you direct the automatic execution flow based on specific conditions that you set for them. Here we will introduce to the node cases or specific cases corresponding to the conditions we set for them. Suppose here I have 4 cases: tweet, comment, like, reply. I will attach to each case a corresponding process to go behind. At the same time, I will also set conditions for them with the setting button here. For example, I will set the condition for the tweet case as variable a greater than 5. I will choose variable a and choose the condition is greater than the number 5. Then when running to the case part node, the system will recognize if variable a is greater than 5, then it will run along the flow of nodes behind this tweet node. That's how the case path node works. It will be a combination of the if and else nodes to streamline your script.